So the first card you have your past is the Five of Cups. So yeah, it's a horrible card to have at the start. I know, not very nice. There's this really, I'm getting this feeling of distancing. It's a real distancing, and it's deliberate. I think you're trying to distance yourself. You know, there was a lot of negative energy around you. It's like this black cape. That's what this black cape looks like to me. It's like he's wearing this cape and it's all black, it's all over him, and it's absorbing. You know how the colour black, if you wear a black top or if you get into a black car when it's summertime in a car park and you open the door and it's just, the heat just pours out of you. And so it was just this absorbing of everything, all the negative energy, and I think that's what was happening. And you just had to break free of this. You just had to let go, and I think you did let go of some people. I'm seeing a few people you let go of. You know, this is happening a lot recently. I'm seeing this in readings all the time, lots and lots of them. People letting go of people. That's what's been going on. So you know, I think this time of year can bring this all to the surface. People start to realise, oh, I don't really like being in the company of this person. You know, sometimes when you have family gatherings at this time of year or parties, it's cold outside, everyone's kind of stuck inside with everyone else, all kind of cooped up, because this does feel a little bit claustrophobic. So that's the kind of feeling I'm getting. It looks like the cloak's kind of taking him over. So, you know, you had to get rid of some people, I think. Not get rid of, that sounds horrible, but you would distance yourself. And there's a lot of mixed feelings around this. You didn't want to do this, but I think it was something you had to do. Okay, this is something else I'm seeing here. It's a little bit strange. Yeah, obviously this is a really sad card. It feels like you're missing someone. I'm not getting a love connection. I'm not getting a love connection here. I think this is an older person you might have been missing. Maybe it's this time of year, because people miss relatives at this time of year. It's definitely an older person because this man has grey hair, and I'm just looking at that. The other thing is he's looking down. Now, I don't know if you're looking down at a picture, a photo, an old style photo, you know, that's printed out of a camera, or I can't remember, I don't know how they did it. But a photo you hold in your hand, it's not digital. So there's someone in this picture, I'm getting a lot of independence coming from them. They're very independent. They're an independent soul. I'm getting that independent soul. And because I'm getting soul, I don't want to upset anyone, but it might be that they're not here anymore because it's a soul. So this person's really, 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 really independent. I keep on getting that. Very independent. They're a very unique person. They embrace that uniqueness. Very individual person. They were a bit cheeky, a bit funny, interesting. They weren't dull. Nothing was dull about them at all. Now, if you know who this is, it might be a woman. I think they see their independence and their character in you, actually. So, yeah, they see themselves in you. So I think the message here is, and I think this might come from them, this message, if this is resonating with you. Embrace that uniqueness that you have. Embrace that. Embrace your independence. If you're struggling with letting some people go or distancing yourself, don't struggle with that. It's all part of this independence. I think this person had to do a similar thing. And I think the message to you is it's okay if that's what you want to do. You don't need to struggle with that. Put down any guilt, put down any bad feelings you have about that. It's okay to do that. Yeah, they looked you straight in the eye. I'm getting that as well. Maybe that's what's in the picture. Maybe they're looking at you straight in the eye in the picture. So if that resonates, that might give you an indication of who that is as well. But yeah, when you do separate from people, it can hurt sometimes, and it can be very, very mixed feelings, because there's this, oh, I shouldn't do this. And then there's, well, I have to do this because it's an energy drain. I just can't be in this cloak anymore. It's too heavy, it's hot, it's exhausting, it's claustrophobic. I've got to get it off me. And that's how you felt. So, yeah, again, it's not, I don't think this is completely cutting ties. It's just a distancing, because there's a bridge here. But this is what it feels like. I don't know if this is going to make sense. It feels like you had to leave them behind so that you could lift yourself up. They were dragging you down. You had to lift yourself up. So I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay, so the next card you have for your past is the High Priestess. Yeah, intuition. So you knew this was the right thing to do. I think you knew that intuitively, and I think again, I'm seeing this picture. I don't like talking about things like that over and over again, but if this is a relative in this picture, it might be that this intuition might have been handed down from them. I don't know, that's a possibility, because I'm getting a lot of things were handed down from them, and that's how they feel. And there's a beautiful gift here, and it's your gift. So I think I've seen this before in your readings, actually. Yes, I have. I'm getting deja vu here. So yeah, if your instincts tell you to do something, to go towards someone, and it feels, or something or someone or anything, and it feels positive and it feels right to you, regardless of what the normal thing everyone's doing is, do that. Use your instincts, use your independence, use your uniqueness. That's what the message here is. And it's a very, very beautiful, very positive, very, very nice message. I'm feeling very positive around that. Okay, so I don't want to say any more about that. So I'll just go on to the next card, which is the Five of Wands. So yeah, this is the opposite of the High Priestess. This is the opposite of spiritual and peaceful. This is a great big mess, this card. So I think there might have been a lot of competition around you. There's a big work focus here. I think you're still really focused on your work and on other things as well. I think you have a few ideas brewing in your head that you're going to move forward with probably next year. And you know, if you're really, really determined, nothing stops you. And I think there might have been a couple of people trying to stop you, because you know, I'm just, what I'm seeing here is you're very bold. You're quite bold, and you're a bit brash sometimes as well. I don't think you mean to be, but sometimes you come across like that. You know, if you want to say something, you just say it. That's what I'm getting. So not all the time, but sometimes. And yeah, again, this is a really messy card. Looks a bit like a playground. You know, if you've ever lived near a playground, or you know, lived near a school, I've got a friend who lives right, the fence is right where the school is. So, you know, when it's lunchtime, playtime, it's so noisy and everyone's just running around and screaming and laughing and crying and everything's going on there. So that's what this card is like. So playground to me is childishness. So whoever this was that was trying to kind of, who didn't like you and all of this, and they're in this kind of so-called made up competition between them and you. It's childish, playground. So you didn't take this seriously. I don't think you didn't take this competition seriously. It was like it's like you're the High Priestess. You're the High Priestess. You're in control of things. You're calm, capable, in control. That's a mantra I used to say to myself. I'm calm, capable, and in control. That always works if you ever need it. Anyway, so that's how you were in this situation. And the messy people who thought they were in competition with you are underneath the High Priestess in this sequence. So she's rising above them. She's rising above them. They're messing up underneath her, but she's above. She's high above. So you're beneath all these people, and you know that. There's a bit of jealousy here. They think that you've got what they want. That's what I'm getting. And I don't think they like your boldness. A lot of people don't like that. You know, they try to push that down in other people. So yeah, playground antics. I know this is in the past, but it feels immediate. So just watch out for someone who's sort of, you know, there's someone who might be going to one side and sort of gossiping or whispering, and then they come back to the other side and stir things and whisper on that side. She said this, he said this, they said this about you, and then all of that kind of, again, playground antics. And I think you know some of this is going on if it is. So you know it's going on. You're rising above. You don't care about that. You're better than all of that. You know, so it's like, you know, okay, so there is something coming up there is something coming up, and yeah, I think you might actually have to say something to some of these people, because you've got the Knight of Swords here across there. So I am seeing someone who might take things a little step too far, actually, and there's a lot of anger in the Knight of Swords. So it might be that you have to say something, but just remember that they're getting at you because you're knowledgeable, you're instinctive, you're unique. All those amazing gifts that you have that are handed down to you, you have all those gifts. Whoever these people are, they don't have that. They want what you have, and that's why you're the High Priestess, and that's why you're rising above. So if you're rising above, keep on doing that. But I do think there is going to be some point in time where you won't be able to do that. It will just be too much for you. You have to say something. But just remember why this is all happening, why this is happening. You're above that. Okay, so the first card you have your presence, the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's more work here. Now, I think you do like your work. I think you enjoy your work. I think it's okay. I don't think you mind. I'm not seeing any great, big, terrible problems here. There is a little bit of a slump here. It's kind of like, oh, okay, I'm just doing this day after day. I don't know if I'm getting anywhere. I'm just doing the same thing. That's what it feels like a treadmill. That's what this looks like to me sometimes. So a bit repetitive. Now, you are growing. I just don't think you realise that. I think this is kind of a slump. This is kind of a quiet time before a time of growth for you, which is what happens. You know, butterflies go into a cocoon, they sit there, and then they come out. So there's a time of growth where you don't feel like you're moving, and then suddenly you start moving. So, you know, so that's what's happening. It's kind of like stagnation before we start growing again. And you know, it might have been a bit of a boring time for you, because I'm just looking at this poor man. He's making the same coin over and over again, which is pretty boring. I wouldn't like to be doing that. But doing what he's doing this repetitive kind of work, it's actually helping him to move upwards, because the coins are going up the tree. So they're moving up the tree, they're going up somewhere, up to the sky. So even though you might not feel that you're actually moving to somewhere, you are. And you're going to have a big time of progression, I think, at some time after this as well. So just know that if you're starting to feel a bit bored or stagnant or slow, there is going to be a big time of movement after this, and you are getting somewhere, even if you don't feel as if you are. Okay, the other thing I'm getting here is, it's a bit mixed up, it's a bit confusing. I think there is someone missing you. It's like they're thinking about you over and over again, because there's repetition here. So they're thinking about you over and over again. Yeah, I'm getting that again. Missing you, I miss you, I'm thinking about you, but I can't focus. This is what I'm getting. I'm trying to focus on things. I can't, because I'm trying to focus on my work. I need to do my work. I'm thinking about you. This is kind of how they're feeling or thinking. I'm thinking about you. I'm also thinking a lot about a lot of other things in my mind. So whoever this is who's thinking about you, their mind is all over the place. It's here, it's there, it's trying to focus on all these different things. Yeah, so I think this might be someone you're in a relationship with. It's some kind of a love connection. Now, I'm just looking at this card. There's a tiny castle behind this man. And there's a path leading up to this castle. It's very small. So it feels as if, I think that's representing you, and it looks like you'd welcome them. You're welcoming, you're saying, the path's open, the door's always open. Whenever you want to come in, the door's open. I want you to talk to me, I'm here, I'm ready. But at this time, obviously this man is, you know, he's got his back turned to the castle. But it feels like they might be turning their back for necessity, for practical reasons, maybe for work, because this man's working. So it might be that they can't open themselves to you because they're very busy at work. They have to take care of business. I'm getting that. Oh, I have to take care of business. So I have to be away from you. I've got lots of practical stuff to do. I do miss you. The only reason why I'm away is because I've got all these practical things to deal with. Not just work things, there are other things as well I'm getting here. Lots of mixed up things. I think they have other kind of people to deal with and things that are outside of work. So I am seeing a positive outcome to this. I think they will eventually open up at some time. I'm just feeling that is going to be positive in the end, because I think there is love here, actually. I think there's love. But it's going to take time. And I'm seeing a shift here as well, because there might be some kind of different phase. If you're in a relationship, it might be going from one phase to a deeper phase, a more serious phase. They might be struggling with that. Or it might be that you've gone from talking into an actual relationship and they're dealing with other things outside of that, and they're kind of a bit mixed up with all of those changes. So there, I know that's a bit confusing, but I think the head is quite mixed up. So, but I don't think, if they are away from you, it is not because they don't want to be with you. They don't want to be away from you, but there's a lot of competing stuff going on in their head. A huge lot of things. That's what I'm seeing. Very mixed up in their head. Okay, so the next card you have, your present, is the Knight of Swords. So yeah, again, this is work. And this is what's going to happen. So here it is. So here's this slump. You're having this slump, or it feels like that. It's not really like that. You're really getting somewhere, but it feels like you're not. And then things are going to pick up again. Yeah, I was seeing this in the Five of Wands, I think. There's some idea that you've got. And you might have been sitting on this for a while. You might have been thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Is this too big? Is this too bold? I don't know. I'll just sit with it for a while. I'll just think about this idea. I don't know if I should do this. I'll put it away, take it out again, I'll think about it. If you've got this idea that's always in the back of your mind, you try and forget about it, comes back in again, definitely do that. Absolutely do that. And I think you are going to do that. And I think after this slump, you probably are going to take that up. Because, once you've had that slump, you'll be like, right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And this knight's flying. He's flying, and there are clouds, there are birds, there's everything here. So no stagnation at all. You're going to start doing this new thing. It's an idea that you've got. You're going to run with it. And you're just going to take off. No one's going to be able to stop you. I love the super focus in this card. So yeah, again, I was seeing this, I think in the Five of Wands or the High Priestess. I think it was the Five of Wands. It's probably going to happen next year. This is all going to take off. So I think now it's like, okay, I'm in this year, going along. Next year, that's when it's going to happen. So that's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes some kind of sense to you. Okay, so the last card you have for your present is the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, this is quite complex, this card. A few different things here. There's this love connection I'm seeing here again in this card. Yeah, I think you're both busy, actually. I think you're both quite work focused at this time. Because if you look at the coins on this card, it's like they're forming a barrier between us and the couple in the middle. So it might be work, money, all of that that's coming in between you. So it's that. And there are a lot of different factors. That's one thing. And also it looks like, if you look at the couple again, it looks like they're talking, but they're not really communicating properly. So there's that. So you're not communicating properly right now. There's another layer. There are a lot of different layers to this as well. It feels like a struggle. It feels like adjusting to something. There's more privacy. I think whoever they are, they need more privacy. This love connection, I think it is, they need more privacy. That's how they feel. They're not keeping secrets from you. They're not doing that. I know you've got the High Priestess here, but I'm not seeing that. They're keeping things quiet, but it's not a secret. They're protecting someone. Okay, this might be what this is, because I'm seeing family here. It might be that, it might not be this, but this is what I'm seeing. So it might be that, okay, they might have a child, and it might be the parent, the other parent of that child might be a bit difficult, and it might be that they want to keep you from that person, to stop any problems happening to you and to stop any drama. So that might be what it is, because this is family, this is a struggle, this is wanting privacy, so they're trying to keep the two separate. They're not trying to have secrets or anything like that, but they're not telling you all of this. That's what I'm getting here. They're not telling you this because there's this miscommunication in this couple here. So that's what I'm seeing there. Lots of mixed up things here, family, children, all that. Again, I have to say, I am seeing a positive thing. I am feeling very positive about this. So I think it is going to resolve eventually. But yeah, they're going through a lot emotionally, a lot. And it's not about you. They're not away from you, or they're not distant, or they're not whatever because of you. They've got so many different conflicting things all going around in their head, all going round and round and round. And I was seeing that in the Eight of Pentacles, these things going around and around and around in their head like these coins. So I just want you to know that it isn't you, because I think it's hard for someone to be on the other end of that. They feel like, well, is it me? Is there something wrong with me? It's not. That's what I'm getting now, if this resonates with you. Okay, so the last card you have for your future is the Seven of Wands. Yeah, battle in their head. There's a battle in their head. Okay, I'm just seeing this again. I'm seeing this again. Okay, yeah, they're not, okay, I don't think they're interested in someone from their past again, but it does feel like they're trying to sort of reconcile their past with their present, if that makes sense to you. There's fear around this. There's a fear of someone saying something. There's a fear of someone getting in the way, messing things up, or something like that. So again, same kind of scenario. So I think it might actually be correct that it is an ex that might get in the way. It is or a mother or a father of the child that they have. Because I keep on getting this family, people getting in the way, people causing drama, and trying to kind of protect you and protect someone else, and kind of just stop all this from happening, stopping a big clash. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, I think they feel as if they're far away from you right now. They need to be like that for work purposes, but they feel as if they have things to sort out before they can actually come back to you properly. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. Sometimes the Seven of Wands can be about imagining things, or being afraid people are out to get you, things like that. So they might be worrying about all this unnecessarily. It might actually be fine. They might have an ex that's fine, but they're just worrying about this. So it might be that. But yeah, they're thinking about you. They're afraid of a clash. They're kind of anticipating something like that happening, and they're really worried. And they're kind of thinking, how can I prevent this from happening? How can I prevent this person from going near that person? And all of that kind of thing. So yeah, and so mixed up, so confused, all going around in their head. So I hope that makes sense to someone. I know it's really confusing. So the next card you have in your future is the Two of Swords. So yeah, again, I think a lot of this is on their mind. It's on their mind, and it's like they've got you on one side. Look at these two swords, two sides. You're on one side. This is how they see you in their mind. You're on one side, and they're keeping you over there. And then there's all these problems in this other person. They're kind of keeping on the other side. Really, really opposite. They're keeping them far away from each other. And they're like, I need to keep these things separate while I'm kind of dealing with this. That's the kind of thing I'm getting, and they're kind of struggling with that. And I think there's a feeling of, there's a feeling of protection around you as well. And I was seeing this somewhere else, I can't remember, but there's a feeling of protection around you as well, because it's like they want to keep this blindfold on you. Again, not to keep secrets from you, but to protect you from what they think this other person's going to do or say, or all of that. So I don't think they're ready to communicate all of this to you right now. It feels like they're not ready. Their head's all muddled. They're trying to sort this out by themselves. They might be a really proud person who thinks, oh no, I won't go to anyone for help. I'm going to sort this out myself. So, if you love this person, if you really do love this person, if this is all resonating with you, just hang in there, tell them you love them, tell them you're open to communicate whenever they're ready, if that's what you want to do. Very difficult, I know, for you if you're going through this, but I think that's all you can really do, because I think if you push them, it's not going to really work. It'll probably make them feel even more pressured. So, yeah. So the last card you have here features the Nine of Wands. So, yeah, this is what I've been seeing everywhere again. There's a good outcome to this. They are going to come to you in the end. You are going to connect again in the end. So again, outcomes are looking good. They really are. I'm seeing it all over this reading. Again, there's some kind of past energy, might be a past relationship that's bothering them, that's on their mind, and they don't want it to clash with what's happening now. That's what I'm seeing. I just feel as if I need to keep on saying this. If this is you, it's not anyone trying to get back to an ex. So they don't have an ex trying to get back to them. They're not trying to get back to their ex. It's not that. It's about worrying about how you're going to all fit together. That's kind of what I'm getting. And it's all very stressful. There's nothing there. There's nothing there between them. If you look at these mountains, I'll just hold it up so you can see. If you look at these mountains behind this man, there's no growth on them. They're barren. They're barren mountains, and he's walking away from them. So there's no growth in this past relationship between this person and their ex. There's no growth there. They don't want to go back to them. That's what this is showing me. They want to come forward to you like this man, but there's a barrier between you and their past with these swords, and they're trying to keep them separate right now while they focus on all the things that are in their head. And again, look at his head. He's got a bandage around his head. So they're worried about all this stuff that's going round and around in their head. So, again, I know you're not the most patient person. I'm not either. But, you're also quite sensitive. So I think you do understand what other people are going through. So, again, if you want to stick with this, if you do really love this person, I think it's probably going to just have to be a combination of patience, being open to talk when everyone's ready, just telling them, I'm here when you need me, come and talk to me when you need. And yeah, it's just time. It's just going to take time.